I had a few experiences recently where I felt this matrix was attacking me. It was so undeniable that my awakening grew. Paul and I were driving home from work. As I was thinking about these experiences, I could hear a frequency that sounded a lot like a dentist drill. I asked God what this was, and the response I got was, "They're building a grid to keep you trapped." As soon as I heard this frequency, it went from a high-pitched dentist drill to a deep ring moan. The pitch was so dramatic that I instantly said, "What the F?" Startling Paul, I explained what I had just heard to him. It was then that I started getting images of the several grids they were building. One is your algorithms on your Netflix, Prime TV, and YouTube. And let's not forget Facebook. I know I've pushed less of this content, and yet it keeps giving me more of that content I don't want to see. I don't watch anything evil, and my algorithms are all set on evil movies. A great example of the fear grid is what happened in 2020. The media was programmed to pump the frequency of fear non-stop to the entire planetary consciousness. The power of belief driven by fear programmed by the media created an enormous grid of attention, trapping some in this frequency. You can see them by what they still wear on their faces. In the Bible, it says not to be afraid 365 times for every day of the year. Those behind the scenes who are the puppet masters of the Luciferian and fear frequencies understand the power of repetition of a lie repeated from credible sources.
Saying fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarmingly, some media outlets publishing stories true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias
and believed by the collective body of consciousness. They understand the power of pumping predictive programming, such as The Simpsons or SpongeBob, who had Epstein Island address on his license, which also should tell you that the demonic blackmail that Epstein was doing was far beyond Epstein. The Matrix, where his showed 9/11/2001. They create this in the field of consciousness first, then bring it into reality through the power of attention and belief of the collective. And in the fact that everyone has TVs and all watching the same fear-based programming, such as The Conjuring. This field is a fear grid, and it creates a portal for evil entities to match frequencies through and into your homes. Your thoughts will become thought prisons, and you will be stuck in a perpetual frequency that is fear-based programming. Now add that with millions of others that are watching the same movie, The Conjuring. This light of attention builds a grid from home to home in the etheric realm.
All right, guys, this was on Fox News in Israel after a missile strike. Look at this. This is unedited. It looks like an evil spirit. It looks like.
Now your fear-based grid becomes evil entities' flight patterns. The double slit experiment studied light to see if it was a wave or a particle. What they found is it behaved like a wave until the light of attention was added to it, then it behaved like a particle. Those who exist in the Luciferian frequencies understand the power of the collective light of attention. They know that we create reality through the collective power of belief in the present, called the now resonance. In other words, what we focus on, which is usually the things we don't want, we create more of. The universe responds to the resonance of your present feeling. Think about all the things that you put your light of attention to. Bad health, crooked politicians, bad finances, bad relationships. You literally create more of these experiences the more you affirm them, especially with the power of your vocal resonance, when you continuously speak about it. When we focus on downloading God's various forms, we create more heaven and earth, shattering those grids. By focusing on God and using the kingdom of God that's within all of you. If you want to support the channel, you know what to do. Thank you for your time and attention. These videos are covered in the blood of Christ.